What's going on, everybody? Today is February 5th. It is Friday. It is early in the morning. I'm about to go to bed. But before I do that, I wanted to share my new Lost theory with you. It is called the Meld. Essentially, what it deals with are the new timelines, the old timelines. It kind of fits the whole show together. Okay? I've broken the actual show into four different pieces. Okay? The first piece is the original timeline, okay, off island, right, up until their plane crashes. So it's just everyone's normal life up until the day that the plane crashes. Okay, that's segment number one. Segment number two is the island experience, starting when the plane crashes. Actually, not starting when the plane crashes, but starting however far back, it goes with Jacob and everybody else. Okay, but everything on island. Okay, because I think the island is more or less linear. Okay, so that's segment number two, which is still ongoing, obviously. Okay, segment number three is the new timeline we see off island. Okay, that started at the beginning of season 6. We just saw it, and it's a little bit different. Jack gets one vodka bottle instead of two. Shannon's not there, a couple other differences. But biggest difference, of course, they actually land and then time goes on. Okay? That is segment number 3. Alright, and that started, of course, well, we presume, when the bomb went off for Jack's plan, actually Faraday's plan, that Jack carried out at the end of season 5. Okay. Segment number 4 will actually be the Meld. Okay? That is when all timelines come together, alright, and our characters have the memories of all the different realities or different timelines, and it's all melded into one. Okay? I believe there is some evidence for this theory, but there are a couple assumptions that you need to make. Alright? The first assumption is that the smoke monster and Jacob both have the same goal or the same end game. Okay? They want essentially the loops or the alternative timelines to end. Okay? But the thing is, Jacob believes this is still possible, which is why he's bringing all these people onto the island. Alright? The smoke monster has given up. Alright? He thinks this is no longer possible. He says they come, they fight, they destroy, they corrupt. Okay? So he sees this over and over again like a loop. Now, whether this is actually time looping or just new characters coming to the island and doing the same thing, like there's been a whole bunch of people to come to the island before our Losties came, and they all came, they fought, they destroyed, and they corrupted, instead of breaking this alternative realities or loop. Okay? So the smoke monster's given up. He just wants to be left alone. He wants Jacob to stop bringing people to the island. Okay, which is why he says, I'm disappointed in all of you. He's disappointed in them for coming to the island. He wants to be left alone. Okay? Jacob, on the other hand, says it only ends once, everything else is just progress. So all these attempts that people have made are just progress to break this cycle. Okay? And what I believe is that our Losties will eventually break this cycle. Okay? I think that happens on island, not off island. Okay? And what we're going to see is this basic storyline that we're seeing go on for maybe 4 or 5 episodes, and then our new timeline, number 3, kind of stops, and it seems like that timeline ends. Okay? But it's just going to end in the narrative that the writers are telling. Okay? And everything will continue to go on with the island until it gets a conclusion, perhaps episode 16, episode 17, very near the end, and we will pick up again what seems to be that third segment, that new timeline. But what it's actually is going to be is that all of our characters in that new timeline, okay, will have all of the memories from pre-crash, the memories of being on the island and going off the island, all of the memories from the island, all the memories from the new timeline. That will merge together into like kind of one stream of consciousness, one timeline, where they have all of these experiences to draw from. Because I actually believe the show is not about a fight of two sides, two different groups of people fighting. One is good and one is evil. But it's about the fight of good and evil inside all of us, and that's what they're showing with these characters. So the experiences of the three different elements, the three different realities, melded into one, gives our characters a better chance to choose the good inside themselves versus the evil because of the experiences they went through in the three different realities. That is my theory. It is now completely spoiler free. I did see the first hour of season 6 prior to it actually airing, but that is all the spoilers I am privy to. So I hope that theory makes sense. It probably doesn't, but that's my deal. And it kind of goes into, I think this is kind of implied, but when Smokey says I want to go home, he's referring to a time where he wasn't stuck in this loop of all of these groups of people coming to the island and not being able to break them out of that cycle. So that's what he means when he said, I want to go home. Home isn't the temple, home isn't an actual place, it's a state of being almost. So that is my theory called the Meld. Hope you enjoyed, hope it made sense, and I will see you all later today I guess, when I will do another little Illini preview. Alright, good night folks.